this episode, we shall be discussing factors and highest common factors. What's a factor? You need to understand the meaning of the word factors before you can apply it to your mathematics problems. So we are going to explain first of all what the word factors means, after which we shall go into the concept of highest common factors. But it's actually a very simple thing and you'll find it very, very interesting. So make sure you write down while learning. So first of all, let's start by explaining the meaning of the word factor. What is the meaning of factors? In mathematics, whenever we say factors, we are simply referring to a number. That number could be 2 or 3 or 4, or it can just be any number. It could also be an alphabet. This alphabet is called variable. It's called what? Variable, and this is the spelling for variable. So whenever we are having an alphabet in mathematics, most times we refer to it as what? A variable. Now, whenever we have a variable, it can be any alphabet, it can be any letter. Now, it could also be a term. This is spelling for a term. It could also be a term. A term is a combination of what? Variable and alphabet. Actually, an algebraic term. So I think you must have heard of this in your classroom from your teacher. This is the meaning. This is spelling algebraic term. What does it mean? It means combination of what? Numbers and alphabet. Good. So it could be a term 2a or 3b or 2x, or just any combination of what? Any terms that will go into another number or variable or another term without a remainder. Alright, now I have done a lot of explanation with this short time. So what I want to do now, I want to explain it again and give you a summary so that you can write this down and understand it very well. I have tried to define what a factor means. And this definition: a factor is a number or a variable or a term that will go into, that means that will divide another number, variable or term without a remainder. Hope that's clear. To put it in a simpler form, we can say factors are 2 or more numbers, 2 or more variables, or 2 or more terms that can be multiplied with each other to give another number, variable or term. For you to understand this better, I'm going to give some illustrations and examples here. (6a). Now, what will you call this? 6a. 6a is called an algebraic term. 6a. Now, 6a is an algebraic term. Can we find any 2 numbers or any 2 other terms that we can multiply with each other to give us what? 6a. Can we do that? Yes, we can. So now let's try this. If I multiply 2 with what? 3a. If I find the product of 2 and 3a, I multiply 2 and 3a, it will give what? 6a. Again, if I multiply 6 and a, it will give what? 6a. Hope you can see it. Good. Now, what does this mean? Again, if I multiply 2a and 3, it will also give what? 6a. Yes. Now, what does this mean? This means that I can say 2 and 3a are factors of 6a. I can also say 6 and a are factors of what? 6a. I can also say 2a and 3 are factors of 6a. Hope factors now is very, very clear. That's the simple meaning of factors. Wherever you find that in mathematics, this is what it means. It simply means 2 numbers or 2 terms or two variables that can multiply themselves to give another number, or another term or another variable. Hope that is clear. Good. Now with this knowledge, we shall take some other examples on how to find out the factors of a given number. We will start with a number. From there we'll proceed into a variable, and then we'll proceed into a term, or we'll just classify it into numbers and algebraic terms clearly. Good. So first of all, let's start with a number. Now if you are given any number and you are asked to find out the factors of that number, how do you go about it? So first of all, let's take some numbers. First of all, we'll take 4, we'll take 5, we'll take 7, we'll take 8, and we'll take 10. We have here 5 numbers, and we are going to find out the factors of these 5 numbers, starting from the very first one. The very first number is 4. So we are going to write down 4, and we are going to write the factors of 4. We are putting the sign equal to tell us that what we are writing down are the factors of 4. So what numbers can we multiply with each other? What numbers can we multiply together to give us 4? Those are the factors of 4. First of all, we can multiply 1 with any other number like 4 to also give us 4. Hope that's clear. Meaning, if I say 1 times 4, it will give 4, right? So because of that, 1 is already part of the factors. And then I'll say 1 times something else. Again, please write this down in your notes. 1 is a universal factor. 1 is a what? A universal factor. Why did I say that? I have said that because 1 can go into any number. 1 can go into any number to give the same number. 1 can also go into any expression, any algebraic expression, or any variable, or any algebraic term to give the same thing. So 1 is a universal factor. For that reason, whenever you are listing your factors, you can always add 1. 1 times, we can also add 2. 1 times 2 gives 2. Then we can multiply that 2 by 2, and that will give what? 4. So the factors of 4 are 1 times 2 times 2. So these are the factors of 4. Now, if we are asked to convert this into separate numbers, if we are asked to convert the factors of 4 into separate numbers, just list the factors of 4. I can list the factors of 4 as 1, 2, I can also add 4 to it. 4. So the factors of 4 are 1, 2, and 4. Why did we say the factors of 4 are 1, 2, and 4? The simple reason is because 4 can be divided by 1 to give 4, and that does not have a remainder, right? Good. 4 can also be divided by 2, and that will give what? 2. There's no remainder. 4 can as well be divided by what? 4 to give 1, and there's no remainder. Now, because 1, 2, and 4 will go into 4 without any remainder, that is the reason why we say 1, 2, and 4 are factors of 4. Hope that's clear. Now, I believe you can boldly write out any number and then bring out the factors. Hope you can do that. Okay, so we go into solving some other examples as we have here, so that you can understand it better. We are going to take the second number, which is number 5, and we are going to look for the factors of 5. Now, finding the factors of 5, we'll start again with what? 1, because 1 is a universal factor. Now, 1 times what will give 5? Let's try 3. 1 times 3 gives what? Gives 3. Does that give 5? No. Alright, now let's see if we can add any other thing that will make it give 5. Let's make it 2. 1 times 3 gives what? 3. 3 times 2 gives what? 6. You can see that it's already bigger than 5. Okay, let's make it 1. 6 times 1 gives, 3 times 1 gives what? 3. Okay, now 1 times 3 gives 3. 3 times 1 gives 3. It's not giving us 5. What's happening? Okay, let's change it to 2. Again, 1 times 3 gives 3. 3 times 2 gives 6. What's happening? It's giving us more than 5. Does it mean 5 does not have factors? No, 5 has factors, but it means that 5 is a prime number, meaning it can only be divided by itself and 1 to give a number without a remainder. For that reason, it has only 2 factors. What are they? The factors are 1 and 5. It's as simple as that. 1 and 5. Again, we can write out the factors of 5 separately as 1, 5. Hope this is clear. You can see now the factors of 5 are what? 1 and 5, because we can only divide 5 with 1 and 5 to give an answer without a remainder or without a decimal point. Now, what does this tell you now? This tells us that prime numbers only have 2 factors. Make sure you write it down. Prime numbers have what? How many factors? 2 factors. Again, prime number have how many factors? 2 factors. Now, let me quickly show you this also. We are going to take out 1 and find the factors of 1. The factors of 1 will be what? 1, because it is only 1 that can go into 1 to give us what? A number without a remainder. How many factors does 1 have? How many factors does 1 has? 1 has what? 1 has what? Just 1 factor. For that reason, 1 is not a prime number, because a prime number must have at least 2 factors, itself and 1. But the factors of 1 is just only 1, so we can't call it a prime number. Hope that's clear. Alright, we'll move to the next number. We have 7. 7 is another number for which we can find the factors. Alright, let's find the factors of 7. The factors of 7. Again, we'll start from what? We'll start from 1. 1. We can multiply 1 by what? By what other number can we multiply 1 with to give us 7? Let's start from the smallest. 2. 1 times 2 gives what? Gives 2. Okay, let's now go to 3. 2 times 3 now gives what? 6. That means 1 times 2 gives 2. That's 2 times 3 gives what? 6. Okay, since we have written 1, we have written 2, we have written 3. Okay, now we can't repeat any of we don't want to repeat any of these numbers again. We don't want to repeat them, or even though we repeat them, let's repeat 2. What will it give us? Remember, we stopped at 6. 6 times 2 gives what? 12. It's already bigger than 7. Okay, that means 2 is too big. Okay, let's repeat 1. 6 times 1 gives what? 6. That is 1 times 2 gives 2. That's 2 times 3 gives 6. That's 6 times 1 gives what? Gives 6. It's less than 7. And when we increased it to 2, it gave us 12. That's more than 7. It means this can't work as factors of 7. Alright, now, since that cannot work as factors of 7, again, since that cannot work as what? Factors of 7, then it means that 7 will have only 2 factors. 1 times 7. 1 times 7. Because from our findings, we can only multiply these 2 numbers to give us 7. So the factors of 7 are 1 and 7. Now, can I ask you, what kind of number is 7? Is it a prime number, or an even number, or an odd number? If you said prime number, you are very correct. Okay, now with this, we have been able to find out the factors of 4, 5, and 7. So I'll give you an assignment. This is your assignment or your homework or your classwork. Now, what you're going to do is, I'm going to add 2 more numbers. I'm going to add 2 or 3 more numbers to the ones we have here, and you find out the factors of those numbers. So you do it this way. Now, this is your practice question. You will find out the factors of 8, 10, 11, 15, and 20. Good. This is your assignment or your practice questions. Now, when you are done, snap it, snap what you have solved and submit it to the group chat. Snap what you have done and send it to the group chat. It will be marked for you to see if you were correct or not. Alright, now from this we are going to move into the concept of highest common